on the backline. They can't take the straight-on engagement the way that a team with Ravage and Demonic Purge can. Oh, this is perfect.
I just love it so much.
Yeah, that was a perfect pick. It allows you to see the backline, sort of take these kinds of fights. We saw, especially like that EG versus Elephant series, you know, Ice was on that Night Stalker. I think Death will look to do something similar here, where he's just scouting out everything, silencing a key target, and allowing them to take, like, it's a team fight, but it's not like you're running into your opponent right away. You, like, you know, poke at them, you hit the right targets, and then you commit when you know you're right, because you have all the information.
And keep in mind that Aoi just mentioned that you always want to be jumping the Shadow Demon. I completely agree, up to the point at which Weaver gets the Aghanims. Once he gets that Aghs, you have multiple issues. You can't really jump the Shadow Demon because the Weaver will save him, and if you jump the Weaver, Shadow Demon will save him instead. And now when you have the Night Stalker and the Void Spirit, it becomes a little bit easier. Also keep in mind that all the spirits have been banned out, besides the Void Spirit. I believe Storm Spirit, also the Ember Spirit. I'm not including Earth Spirit here, as we're not really seeing him on that mid lane at all.
Right. Circling back to Weaver, can you explain the Aghanims?
So Weaver's Aghanims allows him to cast his ultimate time lapse, which moves allied hero back in time 5 seconds, resets their mana and HP bar to what they were at that point in time. It used to be super strong. They made it so it's a little bit shorter range. Weavers used to be played in a lot of positions, sort of just rushing this item. You know, I just realized, isn't Fnatic's draft just EG's draft from yesterday? Except instead of Grimstroke, they had Disruptor, right? It's all 5 heroes.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, interesting, I don't know. Maybe they saw they thought it fit their style well.
It's very interesting because Fnatic, I always felt that this is a team with their own brand and they're playing completely with their own drafts. And we got a Kunkka. All right, this is some Eastern Europe special right here. We don't see a lot of Kunkka, especially in this tournament as well. But in a game such as this one, it does provide you with a little bit of sustain. It does provide you with a little bit of cash. The laning stage itself should not be that difficult. And you have multiple things that you can play off. If Ravage is on cooldown, then you can play with the boat, you can play with Kunkka, setting things up. And truth be told, Sven was not enough with that one stun that I was hyping up. Now you have something else to play off of.
So on paper, it seems that Team Spirit's draft is a little straightforward, a little more straightforward. But what draft is objectively better?
I mean, drafts are weird like that. Like, people can try to claim an objectively better draft, but it often comes down to how certain parts of the lane go, or like the team plan that a team has with the draft. In my head, like, I like Fnatic's draft a lot, but I feel like this doesn't feel that Fnatic to me. Like, honestly, I can't get it's just EG's draft in my head. So, like, I think Team Spirit, they're playing more freely, and that makes their draft better for them. Because honestly, like, the same draft isn't equal based on the team you are.
Yeah, I have to completely agree. I think Team Spirit are more comfortable and they're playing the heroes that they have been practicing and playing a lot. At the same time, I like the aggression from Fnatic. I like the fact that they can be making a lot of plays in the mid game, that the Night Stalker plus Inkswell will be wreaking havoc on those backlines. Same goes with the Void Spirit plus Grimstroke.
I mean, I feel like if this isn't some tilt copy draft, I think Fnatic, they have a decent chance of winning this game. Like, pretty high, honestly. But if this is like out of the south, something they haven't practiced, I think the Kunkka pick was actually quite good. It solidifies their draft together.
It just brings stability.
Yeah, it really does.
So this isn't, you would absolutely not say this is a comfort pick for Fnatic, which is what we were kind of expecting to see when they're on their back foot.
Yeah, it's still a little bit of comfort, but what can you expect from a Fnatic? They have so many shuffles, so many players that have changed positions. They can play pretty much anything. The only question is that they choose the right composition of heroes.
Well, we will find out if they chosen the correct heroes after this quick interview with Jake and Silent.
Stay together. Lose together, win together, slay together, slay together.
Prepare
slay
for
together.
battle.
Now shall the battle turn.
Oh my goodness. Thank you very much, Jake and Silent. It sounded like he was advocating
He's like,
for
wait, no,
Fnatic.
stop. We might lose. I take no responsibility.
That was awesome. But game number 2 here as we're getting ready to go into this one. Again, a must-win series. Fnatic want to keep their hopes alive here at the International 10, and they have picked a very interesting draft. They said EG.
Familiar, even.
You know the thing about that? EG won that game, I believe.
Oh, there you go. And yeah, Luna, she just keeps on popping up in this lower bracket so far, doing pretty darn well across her games. So we'll see if, like game 1, she can carry the way to victory for the team. Currently, Team Spirit holding a very offensive position here
Your admiral is
on the Radiant side of the river, hoping someone would wander on over. And now Mira going in for that bounty rune. Great timing, snags it.
Well played.
So that's 2 games in a row now. 3 bounty runes to start things off here for Team Spirit.
And Collapse appreciating what his support there is doing for him, so gives off the little tip there at the end of it. Gonna be some interesting things to watch for in this one, absolutely, as we have the Toronto-Tokyo Kunkka coming in the mid lane, facing off against Void Spirit. To me, at least, I have felt like Vision heroes are the thing that tends to be winning more often than not, particularly in these like really tense, must-win situations. And it just makes it easier if you can see everything around you, set up the great fights, and that's what Night Stalker does best.
Yeah, and of course, to pair with the Luna, it just means that you already want to play at nighttime anyway when you have a Night Stalker in your lineup, and Luna's just going to help you even further with that bonus vision. So that will be the game plan here from Fnatic. And I have to say, though, that Kunkka you mentioned, excellent little counter pick there to the Night Stalker, right? Because you think about how you want to play every team fight as Night Stalker and also Void Spirit, like in and out, right? Bobbing and weaving throughout the engagement. You got 1 X on top of you. You're going to need some defensive items to help you out.
Or a little bit of help from his friends as well. And they've got the, Echo Stomp to sort of cover a little bit of things that are going on there. But the Grimstroke, a little bit of a weird choice.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly. We haven't seen a ton of it. To me, at least, the thing that stood out in the qualifiers for TI about Grimstroke was the Aghanim Scepter that you can end up purchasing and how strong that can be.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Unfortunately, it's going to be a Sven, so not the best. You love those big agi heroes, of course, but always a good tool to have. But certainly the Phantom's Embrace, I would imagine the main reason they've gone for it here.
Ooh, the block off. They're going to try and wrap around him, and Jab's nowhere to go. Has to go for that TP out, and well, now they realize, all right, you got us.
No panic. Jabs has got it.
What's up?
Gets out of that one. Oh, and Wepa's line as well. Not bad. With him in the game.
But yeah, the Phantom's Embrace, a very frustrating tool versus the Tidehunter. I would say as well as like the Weaver, something else too, right? Where you can try and kind of get them stuck, right? Something that he can't handle with the Kraken Shell. So overlooked, since we've been mostly going towards the Disruptor when it comes to a support hero that really frustrates the Tide. But I think it would be really interesting to try the Inkswell as well with the Night Stalker. Could even potentially see some usefulness of that with that Shard later on. Oh yeah. Because you get the Dispel at the end, and I feel like with the way Night Stalker plays, that could be kind of sick.
Yeah, the hard dispel that comes at the end of it. So a lot of items to watch for out of the Grimstroke if he can get to them as the time goes on. But most likely we're going to be seeing the first rotations will be out of that mid lane. Both of these heroes, the Void Spirit and the Kunkka, capable of getting very aggro in the early stages. And you can see so far, 7 denies actually on the Void. Not bad at all as Raven chased down in some trouble. And Mira going to draw first blood, just caught him sleeping.
Tidehunter hunting carries throughout the entire international so far with the help of his friends.
And going in for round 2, DJ gonna fall. Team Spirit, they lose Mira, but they will take that one.
Snapfire and Weaver, the minus armor bonuses to help out a Tidehunter and grab these kills, been used throughout this entire tournament. It just looks so good to get the double kill like that.
Toronto-Tokyo gonna do this thing we've seen often. An X marks the spot into a TP back home, and that refills the bottle, allows Toronto-Tokyo to come back to lane fully resourced up. And Chuan obviously not having that same possibility playing as the Void Spirit.
Yeah, we'll see if we get a little bit more help towards that mid lane, perhaps. If they want to try and go for a play or even a turnaround, obviously something that Team Spirit did a very good job of last game.
Oh, and Maposhka. This is the sneaky one. Take a look at this. Can he get all 3 of them? Trying to stack up the camps for the Sven, and... oh, a little little bit late, only managed to get one.
Oh, that's rough.
Gotta go back to lobby prep.
Yeah, I gotta hit the demo lobby between the series and on the main stage, apparently.
It's a tough one. It's incredibly hard to get that as a Shadow Demon when you're doing all of them simultaneously. But nonetheless,
You had to let them know, you know? You had to... We got all excited. We're gonna show everyone, wow, that's a sick triple stack.
I know, I thought it was gonna happen.
Next time, no cam, he'll get that, I'm sure.
Exactly. It's tough on the main stage.
Oh, nice. I like that sentry on the right-hand side there, too. Inside the tree line, pretty, you know, tricky for Team Spirit to catch it, and then they can try and actually punish Mira in this laning stage.
As the rundown, Toro gonna get stunned up, chased down with the disruption, and the back away. Afterwards, passes the salve over, so even though there's some good aggression there, not going to be able to do substantial damage to that Sven.
What's all?
Lose together, win together, slay together.
Still 3 mangoes as well from Aposhka with all those tangos, so they're going to try and keep Yadoro going as long as they can up here. Meanwhile, Jabs has just been, once again, going in, blocking off the camps here. He's been stopping the further pulls. Then Aposhka has been trying to stack this up, and now also stopping the small camp from being available. We'll go for some vertical plays here to ensure that there won't be a pull on the other side, but you got to look after your carry here.
I mean, again, this is like not, you know, the damage that's going to go for the kill, but it's so much economic damage because he just has to play that far back in the lane, and now you're in a situation where you can just deny out a bunch of creeps from him.
He's level 5, he's just going to the jungle. And of course, those big stacks not really all here quite yet, and not what you want to see. So we got to put, oh, mid lane, Toronto Tokyo gets the full damage there, unexpected. Caught him after the dissimilate.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those where you normally are comfortable in this Void Spirit matchup because you've always got that dissimilate to get out of harm's way, but Toronto Tokyo with the outplay, able to punish on the mid.
Not a good start here for Fnatic to lose that. But of course the other lane's going well, so, you know, just ins and outs across your lanes here. Meanwhile, this bottom lane here is still pretty chill. Raven just farming up will likely make his own rotation to the jungle relatively soon, but so far so good. 35 last hits, and although you know you are below the Sven of course has been hitting a lot of neutrals, and Sven's also running back to his base, so you'll likely see the Luna start to eclipse him pretty soon in net worth.
Yeah, I mean, these are two of the fastest farming heroes in the game if you're left to just sort of go about your own devices. So we'll see if, you know, giving that free space eventually will help him out there on that Luna. But right now, pops the ulti, Maposhka, he's getting ran at.
Yeah, and they didn't even use the Ink Small yet, so yeah, now puts it down. This is just guaranteed death, and the catapult wave is here, so Yadoro forced to come back to lane now.
Yeah, because you can't just give up that tier 1 tower this early on. So Death making that move and forcing the rotation back in after Toro had already retreated to the fountain. But this early pressure being put on by the Night Stalker. He got out of that early laning stage well, and now kind of just free to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, they have to threaten some TPs here from Toronto Tokyo as well, I think, but not coming in quite yet. They would love to try and get a kill onto Death if he dives a little bit too deep here, but it's going to be tough. Having the phase boost this early, very tanky, 1000 HP with plenty of armor. And of course, if he does make a rotation fail on Toronto Tokyo, that's going to slow down his farm by quite a bit. But for now, his farm is the top of the board there.
Yeah, playing on that Kunkka. Obviously, now that he's up to level 8, can get more points in the
top
next
lane
spot. Looks for him. Death backs away. Ooh, gets out of that one as well. That is a 4-stack. Hit that with one more, and it might have been a kill. But Jabs wrapped around upon, and as they have the rundown, they'll find themselves the kill. So getting back on the board. Spirit looking good again.
Uses the Quelling Blade to grab the courier. Oh, that was nice. He cut through the tree, seeing the angle, and actually got the courier snipe. So find something in response to support die, but great turnaround here in that top lane, using the salve to pump Yadoro back up, and then chase down on the sidelines. Maposhka, again, having an excellent match here. Now Toronto Tokyo wants to make a rotation to the bottom.
And this is going to be an easy one as they run in. This does reveal the ward, obviously, but into the quick kill, and Spirit are just everywhere. I mean, this is looking somewhat similar to last game, where they just got a lead and never look back. Maposhka going to try and TP out. Does he manage to escape? He does! That nerf on the Ink Swell.
Yeah. Bit more time to deal with that these days. But that still puts him all the way back on the fountain, and Truan's made his way up here too, gonna grab that next wave, so they're gonna be flying into this tower, putting on the hurt, and only 15 seconds away from the next ultimate here on the Night Stalker.
Well, this has definitely been a... I mean, I guess at the very least you can see Fnatic are getting more kills. They're making more things happen. Oh, Juan going right now on Ditoro. Can they make anything else happen here?
Oh, they got some plans this game on Fnatic, right?
Yeah.
Going into the top jungle, trying to stalk Yatoro, and then they've got a ward down on that triangle on the bottom side of the map with all those stacks sitting there for Sven. You got to imagine they want to have a big fight there with the next Dark Ascension. Now that they've taken that top tower in the safe lane, they can start hurting them on the side of Team Spirit towards that part of the map and force a good fight.
Yeah, this definitely feels like it's just, you know, a concentrated effort to be that big contention point, to take it away, that farm from Team Spirit. Raven hanging out down here bottom as both Tier 1 towers have fallen. The danger is Team Spirit, how quickly can they take those stacks? You pop God Strength, you have a Kunkka that heads in, it might be gone before Fnatic can get there.
Yeah, and then of course sometimes you see teams maybe just try a little bit too hard to contest, and then you end up losing the fight, but well, they certainly won't be here in time for this one. I mean, they just got the D ward too. Now you got the question marks of what's happening, and where are we sitting? 4,300-ish, even after the hard camp, and then still these Ancients to go. Looking very nice for Yatoro, and they're just gonna run top. See if they can catch someone's D warding. They catch DJ in the act.
Oh no, and this is DD and Arcane. This is gonna be an easy kill into another one soon because that boat on a lower cooldown. Man, Team Spirit are just looking so clean. The fact that you are able to de-ward the triangle, take those Ancients, and get a kill, like they're doing everything.
Yeah, they lost that top tower, but quickly, you know, they've already taken through the bottom one as well, so feeling very good with their game plan, I'm sure. And now questions to Fnatic.
Yeah.
Again, very similar state as last game, starting out with fewer kills, getting an early net worth lead handed over to their opponent. What is the response here? What are Fnatic going to rally around in this game?
I mean, it's got to be something, but they're right underneath that ward as that smoke comes out.
It's a smoke, and it's also a level 6 Grim. Hasn't taken any points yet, though, for the 5 and the 6 on jabs.
I was waiting for I saw that line coming out, but it didn't happen that time. But you can see they're heading through these wards again, and oh, Collapse actually wrapped on here.
All right, they need the Phantom's Embrace here.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go down no matter what, as they bring absolutely everybody for the big kill, and that's not insignificant. You know, they find themselves the Collapse kill, and will end up moving forward from there.
Yeah, they're pretty confident there's no rotations coming through. Kind of scary when it's a tide, but they had some wards in the area, so salts out there for Fnatic. And yeah, it's a lot of heroes to kill one, but that might just be the play that you need to sort of get up them around, be like, all right, we got this, like, go forward.
Well, and at the same time, too, you saw Yatoro was also farming the Ancients another round of it while Collapse is dying. So, you know, you'd love that to be the support that ends up falling, but didn't end up happening, and the X marks the spot.
He's Xing to get runes and pig pulling, so he's got lots of strats here.
The next level play. He's going to farm up both of these camps. Tidebringer so effective at cleaving through there. Toronto, man.
They got the 3 cores that can all farm Ancients and stacks, you know?
It's not bad. Dude, look at this guy farm this jungle. Just pull it one way, cleave the other, pull it the other, cleave.
Are you taking notes here, you know?
I want
some Kunkka games later?
I mean, I would definitely not be doing that good. That's for sure. But
Radiant's middle tower.
Well, next item right here for a hero that you tend to look to gain some momentum in a game. It's Death on this Night Stalker. Has the Echo Saber we've seen oh so often in this tournament, and also still has the ulti ready here, but it's Team Spirit making the move onto him.
Oh, and this one's gonna hurt as the boat comes in. The stun is there. Do they have the follow-up? Yes, indeedy doody. As the ulti comes out, silence at the same time, though, buying Death a little bit of time. But in the end, he too will fall. And Raven trying to clear through these Ancients, and DJ moves into position now. Drop the ulti down, not really gonna do all that much at all. Mira just runs away from them.
Yeah, soulbind onto nothing.
They can't find an opening.
Oh, he wants it. He wants courier kills
my
too.
God, he's going for the Mira. What a god. 5,000. They're running circles around Fnatic. Oh no. 5,000 gold lead now. 4 courier kills by Mira.
They really don't have the best heroes to deal with that quite yet either. I mean, obviously things will get a little bit more difficult now that there's some better tools here on this Night Stalker, but soon to be another smoke. Smoke can go. All right, well, as we say it, It occurs.
This
Who's
one
coming
not
with
under
them?
ward.
No, that's a better start for sure. Oh, look at the way they're just like backing up there, though. It's like this is the one hero we don't want. Like, please, anyone else. But he's coming in so close.
And Collapse just gonna walk into him right now. The Phantom's Embrace for the moment. Inkswell not gonna connect onto anybody, and Smoke broken, nothing gained. Chuan pulls it back in afterwards. The silence is there. Pretty good at stopping the Ravage, but the walk away. It came in at the end of the Ravage to interrupt. Oh, the Torrent afterwards falls onto Chuan. He will die. Collapse will live. Devastation in the river. That's where Tidehunter comes from. As Maposhka also gonna live through that one. Are you kidding me? Pit pulls forward for the body blocks. Death can't even get away.
Here we go. They may be rivals in the lore, but they're best friends here. Tide and Kunkka.
Oh my god.
One hands off the fight to the other. The alley to the oop. Ravage into all the combos coming out here, and they just made that look so simple.
I mean, Team Spirit, they look crisp, they look clean.
Meanwhile,
exactly.
the Ancients.
Right, he's just apping away. Get into that Blink Dagger soon and not look back.
Oh, that was such a painful fight for Fnatic. They knew they had to do it, and you could tell they tried to avoid Collapse at the start. They sort of knew he was coming in. They just went around him, and he walks to the trees. He just kept walking at them over and over, and with that hood, you know, you get to the point where you're like, oh, he's getting so low. Oh, he's almost dead this time, and then right at the end, pops that Ravage. Now into a full-on pipe for the team.
Yeah, this is a very, very tanky Watermelon, and Toro runs to the side. Chuan was passing right by. They aren't going to connect onto that Sven, who's just been left completely alone at Toronto Tokyo. Finds the Night Stalker yet again, back towards the mid. They're going to drop the ulti. There's also the Torrent. Night Stalker just does not have a game. Death dies 3-12, and it does not look particularly close.
The Spirit just pounce. You know, they designate a target, they all move in. They simply get obliterated. Now even cleaning up the tier 1 tower waves. These XTPs from the mid lane. Now into the Roche Pit, the minus armor here. Weaver and Tide to help out. This one will fall very quickly for Yadaro, and no real chance of the defense here.
Wow, that is going to be another
DJ. Careful now, moving under that ward.
Yeah, he's got to back out of there. I mean, that's the range on Kunkka is just so hard to get away from. And they will throw out the stomp, but it only stops it for a moment. As you can see, a hell of a performance right now from Toronto Tokyo, and they get him. There's the X, they got the Torrent afterwards. A DV chase down. Do they have enough for the kill?
Oh, he wants it. How greedy will he get?
Toronto Tokyo's feeling himself, but not that much.
Yeah, good choice.
How about Eastern Europe region stepping up today? Two teams going far, one in the upper bracket, the other, if they can keep this up, continuing to look strong. Having a great tournament.
These mid laners too, you know? GBK into Toronto Tokyo. Looking quite incredible here, sort of stealing the show.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
11,000 gold lead at 17 minutes, and Chuan, I mean, they need to find a little bit of space. They need to get something going for themselves, and the Dissimilate to back away. They're buying some time. Does he get caught by the X? Toronto
But there's no turn here. Like, no one's trying to make a counter play. He's just running away with the bug on top, and at least he got away. Good stuff for sure. They're not forcing a bad fight versus the Aegis, but still undoubtedly bad situations here for Fnatic. They've been searching for 2 games now to find some sort of an answer here versus Team Spirit, but they seem to be trapped in the exact same state of Team Spirit, just knowing everything they want to do and being there first.
Well, this has been a tough one for Fnatic here, and
Radiant's middle
see that
is
you've
under
got to
attack.
find silver linings where you can, but it is tough. And the enemy Sven can take your Aegis. There's not Eli can do, but can they get the kill? Can they get the punish? They want to blow through this Aegis one time, and they do get it there. Boat gonna be off the mark. Maybe something building here for Fnatic as they dodge away from the aggression.
They've used a lot of spells here, but
Spirit.
they're pressured to chase.
Oh, maybe on Mira. Again, this vision, this is why you pick the Night Stalker, to try and find these pickoffs, but Weaver just able to stay outside of the range of it. They spot him now, but there isn't really a play here.
still, something there.
Yeah.
For Fnatic, no doubt, right? Like, this is really a sign of life that they're finally getting. Sure, it's not going to add 1 to your kill count, unfortunately, but it was a death and a claim of the Aegis nonetheless here. So they can get back a little further out on the map, feel somewhat safer. And Team Spirit likely going to start thinking about that next Roche as well as some tier 2s. But yeah, you can't be quite as bold without the Aegis just heading into enemy territory.
Well, and there's something to be said here as well for having these big auras that can change the way that a game works.
True,
You know,
true,
you've
true.
got the Natural Order, you've got the Lunar Blessing, you know, big team fight ultis that they've got on the side of Fnatic. Well, okay, doesn't have the Natural Order yet. He's going to get there on DJ, don't worry.
One of these days.
But regardless, if they can hold high ground, that's the place that they need to play the game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
The
attack.
game is hard. The score has remained constant for a little while now, and we'll have to see where Team Spirit want to go. Do you think that they need to try and make moves, or can they just sort of wait for BKBs?
I think those BKBs are
they're
done.
there. Yeah,
Dire's
super
top
done.
tower is under
So
attack.
wait, they have, and forward they can most certainly go. I like the idea of pressuring the tier 2. I don't want to see them give up anything. I don't want to see any trades. I don't think they have any reason to trade right now.
Radiant's
But it
bottom
looks like
tower is
Fnatic
under
aren't going to
attack.
push the envelope up top here, so easy stuff here for Team Spirit as well, grab themselves a tier 2. Move towards the outpost, and Fnatic just trying to farm for now. Trying to find some sort of a tool for Death to help them in these fights. It could be the Blink Dagger, as he has that queued up first. It'd be a good way to try and catch that Shadow Demon way in the back, or try and ruin Mira's game. That's probably the play he has to go for, but of course there's a real danger of just jumping into a fight as this Night Stalker. Despite being very tanky as a hero, it is a Sven. There's a lot of minus armor. He might still melt and get shredded if he jumps right down in.
Oh, and look at this. Team Spirit were going for a bait play on the other side of the map, which means they left their Sven all the way alone. BKB going to be used into the TP out.
Oh, you know what? I really like that play, though.
Raven, immediate BKB TP out of there. It's like, I don't want to be here anymore. But Death looks
Can't.
like he's going to be the one left behind. Although, does have Dark Ascension? Is there any way out of this? Doesn't look like it. They'll find the Night Stalker kill as he waits for the inevitable. Nice little play there.
Takes a few more swings for the mega kill streak there for Toronto Tokyo, but yeah, it kind of felt like it was a little bit of bait though. Just feeling so confident, I think, with a BKB TP that, I mean, the odds of that getting, you know, dealt with here pretty low.
Right. Did burn through the BKB charge though.
That's
not insignificant.
Means he won't be as active in another 35 seconds. Perhaps an opportunity for Fnatic when the Night Stalker comes back up. They have to be mighty fast.
Toronto Tokyo.
And they're waiting for their own BKB as well.
No, 30 seconds away. Raven left alone on an island and is gonna get punished.
It's so quick.
Oh no, and now they're looking for more. Finding DJ outside their base and just pulled back in and killed. Oh man, as Fnatic will fall down yet again. Now Maposhka looking for Chu, and he has to back out of here as well. Fnatic struggling to come up with the answers as all across the map they get taken down.
Fnatic trying to find answers after game one, trying to decipher the puzzle of Team Spirit and get a solution for what they were just witnessed in the previous match. But unfortunately, it's actually Team Spirit who are adapting and just making things worse. And Toronto Tokyo leading the charge there. 15,000 hero damage.
That's an impressive performance. 7-0-4. Team Spirit, I mean, again, you think about the story of this team starting 0-4 out of the group stage and then not dropping a game, it felt like, for the entire rest of it. Now coming in, you know, after dropping down out of the upper bracket and putting on this type of performance against Fnatic, it's incredibly impressive from this young squad led by Maposhka.
Yeah, we saw their first 2 wins in the group stage, and I was shocked to learn they were 0-4. They just looked so crisp and clean, so when they turn it on, they're most certainly there. After taking one off IG in the upper bracket, they don't want to drop any more down here.
Gonna Scepter done for the Void Spirit.
Radiant are scanning.
Hoping to find some signs of life for Fnatic. Still stuck at 3 kills at 22 minutes in. They've got BKB on Luna, like they need to make something happen here.
They got in and out heroes, right? They got Night Stalker, they got Void Spirit. They gotta get an in and a really quick out. If they can get some BKBs going, burn those things, maybe then they can find their play with this silence on Chun, right? Get in there with the Aghanim Scepter, see if you can make a good fight out of that. Yeah, it's a 19k lead. That is a tough order. I understand that.
Yes.
But we're digging real deep here on the casting desk.
And DJ is gonna get caught and stunned. has to lead the way. Somebody has to die when you're down this far. You need to play that aggressive style and look for pickoffs. Look for farm where you can.
I can see that he's taking the nether shot, which is good, because now I can take his trusty shovel.
Oh, there you go.
And keep digging a little bit here to try and find a solution for Fnatic.
Keep on digging, because it's looking like a tough way out of this one.
It's real deep.
Yeah.
Well, they'll try and fill that that hole of net worth back in here. Climb back to level ground. Jabs, his plan, it'll be the Aghanims on the Grimstroke. Getting pretty close, about a point booster away here. And a pretty incredible tool, honestly, teamfights if you can get there. The question is, will he ever make it?
Yeah, he's working his way. You can see Kunkka also, after finishing the AC, is going back for the sheep stick.
Regeneration.
And almost has enough for it, so that would be quite the pickup for him as bottling up that DD, ready to go for another round. Roche about to respawn.
Like, this comes back to, I think, again, just like game one, the forcing of the itemization that's coming out from Team Spirit. And so a lot of Kunkas would just go eggs here, I feel like, right? And just like, I feel like you're going to win the fights anyway. You're up 21K. They can kind of feel that edge they have. But Scythe, like, that's just punishing because they have to get BKBs on the enemy side, on Fnatic. So you grab that Scythe, you may just get the pick and eliminate one more hero. That lead's going to grow even further relative-wise in those team fights.
I'm so strong, guys. I'm so strong.
Smoke out now, and Jabs trying to rally his team with the voice lines.
Pumping him up. Of course, he's the one hiding in the trees, so.
No, you're not wrong. He's off to the other side there. DJ Chun looking for a opening. If somebody steps up the map, or maybe just be able to find a courier kill. See where it goes. Mystic Staff looking for the Void Stone afterwards. And still we sit as Roche is going to fall soon.
Could be the final match them at TI. DJ making so many plays in the previous match that they won. That clockwork. Took him off the Ogre, put him on the ET. Can he save one here?
There's no chance at all. And now DJ has to TP out. Do they ravage for it? No, they don't even need to. Disruption is on the mark. And Fnatic gonna lose to it now, have to stare down the high ground pressure coming from Team Spirit. Walk up, they're gonna get a buyback out of that ET.
I don't know if that scares them off right now.
You're not wrong. But again, Team Spirit sensing the potential moment here to knock Fnatic out of the tournament. They want to walk forward and take these racks. Now, Roche has spawned.
That's right. There's no real reason to be here. They have BKB in sight though, so I think he feels pretty safe. And now back towards, gonna dot some I's, cross some T's, and head to the Roche pit soon enough, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're playing this one safe. Team Spirit.
All right.
They may be young, but they're playing like veterans.
Jabs just sold the circle and he wants it. One more gold, and there it is, the Aghanim Scepter. So they're gonna get one more hero in the fight, so they can outnumber their opponents now. That counts for something.
Dark Portrait, incredibly strong. Illusion damage is amplified. You've also got a long duration on it, and it's BKB'd. But the question is there enough farm on the Heroes of Spirit to actually be able to make it matter? Sven is very large and in charge, but it still could be a tough one. We'll have to wait and see as Fnatic smoke out, feeling like what could be a last hurrah, a last team fight at TI, unless things go perfect.
Taking the fight out here before the Roche. I mean, their buybacks are, well, they're not there on the Radiant, so a fight in your base doesn't help you at all.
They spot Toronto Tokyo. Sven up front center, also jump forward, silence onto 4, not bad. Try and take out that Shadow Demon right at the start. He doesn't have buyback. This is the fight that they were maybe looking for, but there's the stun now. Onto Death, tries to back away, kiting this one out, and is able to get a little bit of separation.
With the Essence Ring?
On the other side, Death ends up going down, but they've got the illusion sent out, trying to do damage, but it's just not enough. It's the Toronto Tokyo illusion, and they just don't have it. Oh my god, the turnover. Taro walks forward, kills off DJ. 25,000 gold lead now as they're gonna head into Roche. It was looking good for a moment, but only a moment. So they took down that Shadow Demon.
Yeah, and that's the easy play of the pit here. A Shard lying in wait, the Aegis there too. And Team Spirit looking to end the hopes of their opponents in the lower bracket at TI and send them to an early exit.
It is so tough playing in these games and trying to face off against these teams. Obviously an entire year and longer building up to it.
And where are we going with this Shard? Looks like Collapse just doesn't want it. Picked it up and said, no, please, you, my carry.
Almost
Dire's
doubling up on
bottom
the
tower
damage right
is under
now. That
attack.
Toronto Tokyo has had such a fabulous tournament, and also just has a fabulous name. You gotta love it. As they walk in, and they got him caught right by the secret shop. Not even gonna need to use God Strength or anything like it.
I like how he got the instant value out of the shard. Got the Dispel, just jumps right onto the group.
Perfect play. Consistently around the map now as Maposhka scouting out and does find Raven over there. Jumps in, vanishes. Maposhka turns forward. Raven, where are you left to go? As Toro, well, actually gets the kill, and now maybe gonna get out. One more hit is enough. They take down Raven.
What's up?
Maposhka giving up his life for the carry kill.
All right, but what's kind of sick there is that kill actually gave him buyback. So, you know, that's someplace. Raven's got something, at the very least. And Truan just trying to delay this game even further, playing in the tree line up top for quite a while now. Already got forced out once by Toronto Tokyo, but has returned again. And Toronto Tokyo, of course, well aware of this. Hunting to see. Shun will jump out here. I think he's going to have to wait for the next wave, though.
Yeah, it's so dangerous when he's got this hex. But you can see, like, how confident they are just running down each of these lanes. They've got a creep wave, and they're ready to go and put the finishing touches on what's been a pretty much immaculate game from Team Spirit. This team is terrifying in the lower bracket.
Yeah, whenever you're getting to the old 1,000 golds per minute lead, that's a problem.
Yeah. No, it's feeling like an insurmountable lead at this point, but obviously, if there's any chance at all, if there's any hope of coming back, Fnatic gonna have to take it. Do their absolute best in this one to stay in this game. But right now, I mean, you're up now, almost 10k gold ahead of the Luna, getting close to it on the Sven. As we've said time and again, game is hard. The Bloodthorn is done, as they will hold off on the outside of the base.
Just as a new item every time I click on him.
Right?
Yeah, it's a pretty nice game to be a Sven. He's going to be doubling up on that Luna pretty soon.
I think it's just, again, one of those moments where you recognize the strength of this young team and getting new blood into the scene. You love to see it. And now coming out and performing on the biggest stage against some veterans.
Yeah, Fnatic, they're going to try once more here for a bit of a sneaky play. They're showing jabs on the high ground, sort of throwing out a couple plays.
And
Just trying to push back waves. They want to find a jump. There's a smoke on the tide. They miss with the scan. Now they're moving to the low ground near Fnatic. Death's in the front.
They break it. They know. Walk in. Dark Ascension immediately has to back out. The fight's gotten weird. Fnatic have to be super careful here, but they can't afford to give up without anything from this Dark Ascension. And Fnatic, they see the heroes, and they can't do anything.
What Maposhka's doing, right?
So
Plays
sick.
so well these games, but just throwing out that Shadow Poison makes it so difficult for him to commit without popping his BKB right now.
And look at this, Team Spirit again, they recognize that side of the map is where Fnatic is, so we're gonna head up top, take down this tier 3 tower, and you're gonna have to come and deal with us.
Radiant's top
Toronto
tower.
Tokyo, the one that's leading the way, sieging the map. And they take the tier 3 tower and gonna retreat out, taking this slowly, carefully.
Yeah, and Raven, of course, that BKB is like it's the only one they got. They gotta watch the timing on it. If he pops in the wrong
The jump in, Toro trying to run down Raven, but he's slowed. Maybe an opportunity there. Raven able to get the BKB in the walkaway. But this opens up Team Spirit to try and pressure the racks. They get the Dark Portrait and be able to do some damage potentially in that next fight. But jump in, Ravage comes out from Collect onto absolutely everybody. There are no BKBs to salvage as Juan gonna get control for the moment. Yule Scepter lift up, now looking for a bit more. Raven turns, gonna get the Eclipse out, that's a good amount. But is it gonna be enough with Collapse the only one dead and no longer having the ET? Do they have what it takes? They buy back on the Void Spirit. The gold lead continues to accelerate for Team Spirit.
It's a Tide player who knows the BKBs are down. He just wants the big number. He's trying to pump up his gem numbers right now.
There you go.
The massive ravages there. The team takes the buildings. Perhaps could have gone for a more hero-focused thing there, but you know, kill throne, win games, so this is just another step towards that with the racks going down and Jabs trying to fight versus them with his own voice lines.
doing whatever you possibly can at this point.
They feel a little hollow to me, Gabe. I'm not gonna lie.
It's tough. It's just so difficult at this stage in the game when you're down this much net worth, and you know the heroes that they've got to.
Here we go.
Okay.
Raven's got the crafty stuff coming out here now, right? We got the Shadow Blade.
Radiant are scanning.
This gives you plates with your Silver Edge to finish out that Chrysalis.
Invisibility, invincibility, but also that break and extra damage.
Also that ward spotting all that as well there from Team
That
Spirit.
hurts.
Yeah,
That one hurts.
That's pretty good. Saw the courier delivering that, so they'll be well aware. I also know that Miposhka was eyeing up a gem earlier. That's probably already out on someone. It is indeed. It's on Mira.
So again, they have some of the items that they need on Fnatic, but it still feels like each hero could get 2 more, and it still might not be enough.
Yeah, Mira even just hands the gem over to Toronto. He's like, you know what? You're probably not gonna die.
Yeah.
I would think with 3,000 HP versus these heroes.
With the BKB, it's not a bad choice.
Lose together, win together,
But
slay together, slay
You can
together,
see
slay
Jabs
together.
again, hoping to motivate his team.
He's
Hold
gotta
out for the
focus
late
on that end
stages.
part there. The slay together, slay together, slay together.
That's
or
the
the
target.
win. The
Yes.
win one at the set would also be good. But this is a stepping, stone program here, and right now you're on slay first.
That's right.
The win is very far away right now.
If they can make it happen, that's the end goal there. But holding on to their high ground is the main thing. Smoke out. Okay. Toronto Tokyo. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Toronto Tokyo is too good. BKB immediately afterwards does not care even a little bit. Not even 1 iota. As he's going to throw out the boat afterwards. Walks into the midst of everybody. Raven pops that BKB, trying to get a pump fight. Holds on to the Ravage. They turn onto 1. Shadow Demon dead. 2 on the single 1 that goes down. The Ravage to turn. They take down Raven. No buyback. No opportunity. And Team Spirit still looking dominant in this best of 3 elimination match. They want to move on. And Death, the only one left alive through all of that.
I call that a pretty emphatic ultra kill there, but Fnatic, they've decided to go right to the end.
So they're going to head down that bottom
here,
lane
though.
next. Raven dead. I mean, he's what, 1,200 gold away from buyback at this point. The game is completely fallen off the rails at 40k gold lead. They're going to right-click down this tower, and without either of their mid or safe lane heroes, they're still going to give them the respect that this team deserves. And, well, they will walk forward again and try and hit it now. Oh, dodges away from the stomp. They're going to send in the illusion. Wants to beat up on some supports. Doing some good damage there to collapse. Going to cut the wave afterwards. The Dark Portrait doing what it can. But in the end, you got to deal with the heroes. And they are knocking on your tier 4 towers. Mega creeps have been gained. Team Spirit now with the X marks the spot and the turn, the beat down. Buildings falling. Not a whole heck of a lot left in the tank. They have maybe one last hurrah from Fnatic when they have the Void Spirit up again.
Who's got the smoke here? Mira's calling for it. I see him pinging. Yeah, I knew it.
Oh,
What's up?
and we have a little bit of a pause now as Jabs has a DC issue.
Oops.
Hey, there's more than a few issues.
That is true, but yeah, Mira was actually just out there and pinging, and they're going for the smoke. All right.
Oh man, the crowd getting into it right here. They're 4-3 gold. As they will hopefully be getting back in just a moment with Chuan. So the Void Spirit is having some issues in this game. Not sure if you can spot from here what's going on. Nonetheless,
I do not have eagle eyes. I'm sorry. That would be very impressive if I could spot the issue, but we're a little too far away from the booths.
36 minutes in, 43,000 gold lead. I mean, what was, on paper felt like maybe an even series has just been an absolute spanking through 2 games by Team Spirit. And now you're staring down again a team that I personally feel like, I'm not sure what the limit is for them. I'm not sure how far they can go. Feels like upper bracket was the place for them.
Yeah, they seem to be growing stronger and stronger, and of course, I mean, for bring them down a peg. Their one win up there, of course, was off some mistakes from an opponent. They have definitely struggled here at this event to beat teams of what would be considered a higher pedigree, essentially beating the teams that you'd expect in their group and losing to the ones that you would also expect them to lose to. So they need the power up. This is definitely helping because despite them perhaps being ranked a little bit better than Fnatic, I still don't think they would have beaten them this badly. So they're still obviously improving as a team.
Yeah, and you know, I think that we often talk about sort of the power up that happens through the group stage, and you know, teams being able to get a lot of experience in that, but also the experience on the main stage. I think that, you know, you don't know just how hard this game can sometimes be when you've got hundreds of thousands of people watching you at home. Thank you, Neil, for joining us on the cast here.
What else is actually very interesting about this TI, and particularly for this team, is that, of course, with the way the DPC leagues worked and everything, those games are pretty infrequent, right? You're playing like once a week. And then our LANs, you know, some teams, of course, didn't even play group stages at their LANs too. And so you have this issue where TI is this crazy just juggernaut of game after game after game after game. So if they can sort of harness that power and improve themselves through that, that's just what they need to keep this sort of strength going through this lower bracket.
The crowd happy about this again as they're getting back into this. Now, if you remember, just yesterday, Quincy Crew was able to come back after a pause. We'll see if Fnatic can do the same.
You want my trusty shovel?
As they turn now on to Chulin, gonna find a quick kill. DJ turned upon, he dies as well. Team Spirit, no more messing around from them as they focus down the throne. One by one, Death will die, and more to follow as Team Spirit is gonna close this one out and end the dreams of Fnatic. They get the good luck going next from Fnatic at the end of that. And congratulations, Team Spirit moving on to TI-10.
Some excellent sportsmanship.